I floated above, watching the scene from above. I was no longer intoxicated. My mind was crystal clear. In fact, I felt more conscious, more alive than I ever had before. Then fear struck me. I realized I was dying. I cried out desperately for Jesus to help me. That's when it happened. A light enveloped me. I was in the light. I was part of the light, and it was part of me. Welcome to Let's Lift the Veil. Today's episode brings you the powerful testimony of a 19-year-old young woman who, after a tragic accident, experienced a near-death journey. Her story takes us beyond the body, into the light, and through a life-changing spiritual encounter. Before diving into this captivating narrative, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming stories. I was 19 years old when my near-death experience happened on August 15, 1973. It was my birthday, and my parents allowed me to have a small party with a girlfriend who stayed the night. When my parents went out to dinner, I felt like I was grown up enough to try alcohol, just like my father did. I poured myself a tall glass of gin, held my nose, and swallowed it all in one go. What I didn't realize was that it was the equivalent of at least 15 shots of strong liquor. Soon everything spun out of control. I became disoriented and fell unconscious. My sister and my friend put me to bed, thinking I had simply passed out. But when my parents returned and my mother tried to wake me, she knew something was terribly wrong. My body was limp, lifeless. They dragged me into the dining room, but I was nothing more than dead weight. My father, angry, refused to help, and at that moment, I felt myself rise up and out of my body. I floated above, watching the scene from above. I was no longer intoxicated. My mind was crystal clear. In fact, I felt more conscious, more alive than I ever had before. Then fear struck me. I realized I was dying. I cried out desperately for Jesus to help me. That's when it happened. A light enveloped me. I was in the light. I was part of the light, and it was part of me. Within that light, a presence appeared. It felt masculine, though it gave no name. Strangely, I felt like I knew him already, as if we had always known each other. This being told me that I had to leave my body for good. But I fought back. With all my strength, I insisted that God was powerful enough to heal my body and that I deserved to finish the life I had started. The being showed me that my body was damaged beyond repair, but my conviction was unshakable. Eventually, I was allowed to return, almost as if my will alone had opened the door back into life. Before I returned, I experienced what I can only describe as a life review. Everything flashed before me like a movie, beginning with my very birth. I saw myself entering the world, overwhelmed by lights and sounds. Oddly, there was no negativity in this review. Even the painful part, like the horrible relationship with my father, and other parts of my life seemed absent. Then glimpses of my future were shown. I was told I would have a child very young, a boy. I would marry before others, bear responsibility earlier, and my path would move faster than that of my sisters and friends. I was shown that I would leave my church, fall into a period of rebellion and drug experimentation, but eventually rise out of it. I would become a writer, and my words would touch many lives. Around the age of 40, I was supposed to write a book, and one day, after fulfilling my life plan, I would die before my two sisters. Suddenly I opened my eyes. I was in a hospital bed, hooked up to machines. My mother was crying, and a preacher was praying over me. For a moment, I thought I had died when I saw them standing there. But slowly, I realized I was alive again. I had been in a coma for 3 days, and I had barely survived. My life behind the veil. This near-death experience completely transformed my life. I left the Baptist church of my youth, never to return. Instead, I embarked on over a decade of self-study in comparative religion and philosophy, learning that all paths lead to the same source. Each faith is like a facet of a diamond. Without each one, the whole picture would not be complete. The fear of death vanished from me. I now know beyond any doubt that death is not the end but a threshold into continued existence and growth. After my return, I also began experiencing strange gifts. I have vivid premonitions, the ability to see distant places, a heightened sensitivity to sound, and even the uncanny ability to tell whether someone was alive by looking at their photo. Paranormal events became a part of my life. For years I kept this secret, afraid of ridicule. When I finally shared it, my sisters laughed at me. But my mother believed me because I described details from that night when I was unconscious. Today, I no longer feel the need to prove anything. My truth is enough. My experience is real, and it stands as undeniable proof to me that life continues, and that love and learning are the essence of our journey. Thank you for watching this powerful testimony. This near-death experience reminds us that life and death may not be opposites, but different stages of the same journey. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like the video, share it with others, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. For more inspiring stories, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you soon for another journey beyond the veil.